Welcome to Real Bass Lessons. Today I want to do some more Motown bass. I love it and everybody else does. I thought I'd take just a little different approach today, and that is I want to play for you some variations around this real small set of little chord changes, and maybe you can find some licks in there that you like. I'll talk about them, of course. The chord changes are simply one chord, E flat major, C minor, F minor 7 to B flat 7, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. A couple of times I'll go E flat, then I'll go to the 4 chord, and then I'll go back 2 and 5. I'll probably do some other substitute chords in there, but you'll be able to recognize them because I'll play the roots on the downbeats just like Jamerson does. And I'll start with some real simple language, then I'll make it a little more complicated, okay? Let me give you a taste of what it sounds like right now. Here we go. 2. Sure, you know that sound, right? Good. Now let me play a couple more courses of it, and I'll spice it up a little bit. You bet. You saw that my basic theme was, sure, that root 5th octave, classic Jamerson language. And then I did some half steps approaches. Sure, little chromatic approaches. A couple of times I did the, which is that classic major pentatonic sound. Sure, did a couple little walk-ups. Let's do it again, okay? Here we go. 2, 1, 2. Yeah, cool. Same material I used there. I did a little bit more of the pentatonic stuff. Now, obviously, when we hit that C minor, we're not doing a major pentatonic. No. Sure. Let me do it again now, and I'll try to make it just a little less sort of heady on my part and a little, like a better developed line. Okay, check it out. I'll do 3 or 4 courses of that little round and round. Oh yeah, that was cool. Did you see what I did there? Of course you saw it, but I did this. I did a couple of but then here I went. Sure, I just played up that C minor to E. Then here I did a nice little substitute. E flat major, A, and it's got that little 10th sound. Then A flat G. There's that again. Sure, there's a always a little mixture of sort of a major, and then maybe on that 5 chord, a little dominant. That's an interesting little question I get asked a lot, and I always answer it in a simplistic way, but I feel like it's realistic. And people say, Jim, what's the difference between like Motown and R&B? And I said, well, the flat 7. They said, what do you mean? I said, well, we know that really, the dominant, the flat 7 is used everywhere. But in Motown, a lot of times we have that sort of happy major 6 sound. When we want the 5 chord, we get that dominant 7 sound. Yeah, and R&B seems to have a little more of that dominant sound in it. Let me play it a couple more times here. Maybe there'll be some licks in there you'll like. 2, 1, 2. Yeah, some classic little language in there for you to steal. I should tell you too that the books. Some people say, "Man, I don't know where to start on this stuff." Well, I would recommend maybe like that book called "Reading Motown Bass." I know some of you say I don't read real music real well. Well, there's audio for every single one of the tracks, and it's basic Motown Jamerson language. You can listen to it and copy it. Now, of course, the 2 books that I work extensively with many students in is what's it called? Oh, What Makes Motown Bass Motown, and the other one is R&B Bass. And people ask me what the difference is. Nothing. Well, there is, but it ends up in the same spot. It sort of approaches that language from a different direction each time, but it's the same language. It ends up doing the same thing. So get into those books, copy some phrases from here. That's the way you learn. You just steal some cool little licks and work them out until they're yours, until you own them. That's the way you do it. Fired up.